Hello, my name is Mihai, and today I'm gonna talk to you about how I came to join Atheopaganism. Okay, so this story starts with me as a child. When I was a little kid, I always had a really strong connection to nature. What I mean by that is that I always really liked the natural world, was really interested. I loved biology, I loved insects. I was the kid who would spend his days in the park, like looking under rocks, trying to find insects and like capturing them and things like that. So I was always fascinated by the natural world, and I even felt like it was really home for me. That's where I liked being, that's where I felt at my best. Even later on in my teens, I would go and I would hike alone in the mountains, where I would see wonderful things. Like I love experiencing what it's like to be alone in the natural world. And that's really what started this journey. My connection to nature, the way I identify with it, the way it's really sacred to me. From there, what happened is that I started out as an Orthodox Christian in my parents' household. I lived in Romania, and there everyone was an Orthodox Christian or a Greco-Catholic, and essentially I grew up believing in God, believing in that bread and wine are the body and blood of Christ, and things like that, going to church from time to time, not too often to be honest. And in the end, I started getting tired of that. I started not seeing what was so fantastic about it. I actually went through a period when I was around 7, 8, I don't know exactly, when I would look online and was really interested in the pagan religion. Paganism is, neo-paganism to be more precisely, is a group of religions and faith groups which claims to have roots in the pre-Christian religions of Europe. They claim to be ecocentric to some extent from what I can perceive, and they are centered around religion, around nature. Essentially, they would have gods which would be connected to nature. Nature was not a creation of God. Nature was God to some extent, from what I perceived. And that really drew me in. So that was the first time I started moving away from my Orthodox Christian background. What that led me to was, in the end, to start believing in phony, weird things such as magic and ghosts and who knows what. And luckily, my dad brought to my attention a few times that that's not really true. And that made me drift away from it. I drifted back towards to being an Orthodox Christian, but then again, I wasn't satisfied even there. That was because, first of all, I started really realizing that for me, God, there's not enough evidence to believe in a God. And also, the supernatural didn't seem very real either. So I didn't find any, as I saw these things that the religion was based around, the belief in God and things like this, and angels and things, as I saw these as false, I threw the whole thing out the window. I didn't care about Orthodox Christianism, about any religion, really. I actually started really disliking them, especially because of how they treated minorities. They have a tendency to be kind of bad to sexual minorities, marginalize them, and things of that sort. This sentiment that I've perceived in Orthodox Christianity, I've really seen in their religious camps. I've participated in a few of them, and at the beginning I really enjoyed them because you are really, I'll be honest, to me you really seem to be brainwashed into feeling happy and good because everyone there believes, and everyone there suspends their critical faculties by doing that. And when everyone around you believes something, it's really hard to not believe it yourself. And this led to a little bubble in those camps where everyone thought the same about religion, and that means it was really easy for the priests, who were seen as, in a way, the people that held the truth about the religion, to indoctrinate everyone about how, I don't know, about different things, how other religions are bad, for example, and how if you start believing in other religions or in anything else, it's the devil, and things of that sort. So that really drove me away, and amongst it also the fact that most people in those religious camps were racist, homophobic, and xenophobic. They were bigoted on the whole, most of them, I'd say. Well, at least a certain amount of them. So as that also drew me away from Orthodox Christianism, I ended up being an atheist. As an atheist, I didn't believe in God, didn't believe in supernatural, didn't really care about those things. I actually kind of despised them. Because of that, I despised religions in general. I didn't like them. I nearly thought you had to be mentally ill to believe in them. But with time, I started understanding how important they are for people, in the sense that the ritual they bring, which is really helpful for people, they give meaning, they help people with their ethical dilemmas, with staying good and things of that sort. They give a moral compass, that's it. I started really wondering if that's not also something I do need in the end. This was around the age of 14, 15 that I started thinking about this. After a long period of disliking religion, like 2 years I'd say, and really starting to surround myself with people who think that whoever is religious is a mental retard, I started realizing, well, hey, religion is useful, and you're not weak if you need religion, you're just normal, because most people need religion, I believe. I think religion is important as it gives people hope and other things. So as I started coming to this conclusion, I realized, well, I'm lacking a sense of community, to be honest, being an atheist, and I lack a sense of something spiritual in the world. I lack a sense of some sort of direction in relation to my spirituality, and I would like to find people who think like me, who find spirituality in nature, who care about the natural world, see it as sacred, and who also care just as me about the scientific truth of the world, the fact that there's probably no God, that supernatural probably doesn't exist, and all of that stuff. In the end, I searched a lot on the internet and I found a group called, a group of people that subscribed to a religion called Atheopaganism. There I was starting to loop back to paganism. And at the beginning I was very skeptical, as I knew paganism was full of supernatural and gods and all that, but yet I was still drawn in because of its ecocentric, natural worldview around nature. In the end, I looked into this atheopaganism and I discovered that you didn't need to believe in a god, you didn't need to believe in supernatural, and you didn't need to really suspend critical faculties to be part of this religion. Honestly, I'd say it's in a way more of a philosophical group, what it really claims to do, from what I understood, is to preserve the good sides of religion, but without the credulity and the faith and the supernatural. What it was trying to do is to make a religion that was a secular one, centered around the natural world and the sacred aspects of nature, something that I really identified with. In the end, I ended up joining this group as I agreed with their values, and I liked their 13 principles or rules you should abide by. I also really liked the fact that they didn't demonize pleasure. As someone who grew up in the Orthodox Church environment, where in my religious camps we'd be told that we wouldn't be encouraged to enjoy things. We wouldn't be told to enjoy life that much. We were not told to enjoy life. We were just told to be to chastise ourselves, to not be sexual, to not do this, not do that, because it's apparently bad. Why? God said so. That's it. Oh well. Well, Atheopaganism doesn't say that. Atheopaganism says that as long as you respect the pillars of the belief, which is things of the sort as not going against scientific facts or scientific truth, or not damaging the biosphere, the natural world, you are allowed, and it's good to follow your pleasures. And I think that that's a thing that they have, which many religions don't, and that would really be positive for the individuals that would join this religion. So, as it had all these aspects, I joined it, and I really discovered a world of people and a Facebook group which was really inclusive, was really open to debate, to talking, and where I could identify with the people around there. Really, Mark Green, the founder of this group, is someone which I have a lot of respect for. I read his really long essay. It was 40 pages, but it was worth reading, about atheopaganism, how he came to it, how this is not for everyone, just for the people who agree with those values, and not everyone must join it. It's not some ultimate truth. It just is a philosophy that some people would like to follow. So I really enjoyed his essay, and I think he's a fantastic person. The essay really nicely lined out how he got to neo-paganism, how he decided it's not totally for him, why humans need religion to some extent, quite a lot of humans, and how religion is good, and how some parts of religion are bad, and how we could work with these things to create something that will be more beneficial than traditional religion. So that was really nice, and this is how I got to being an atheopagan. I really hope that talking about this and explaining my journey to how I got here will help people that feel the same about spirituality, about scientific truth and rational thinking, find something that fits them. I'd really encourage people to go towards secular religion, as I think it can be an answer towards the problems of spirituality and living in a world which is becoming more and more atheistic. So I hope you liked this video, and well, I look forward to talking to you again. I hope you like this video, okay? I hope you like this video, and leave comments below, and see you later. Bye!